the top players around, and we traveled the country, played in Florida, played big-time tournaments. We had a player from Lincoln, Colton Holiday, on the team. We were really good. Yeah.
Well, see, that's quite a background you've got going on. So you do know a little bit about baseball when you get out there.
Yeah, I do. A little bit.
We're just checking on you. And this is your...
That's from a board member. Hired him.
I tell you what, when I looked at his resume, I was like, man, we'll give him a shot.
Yeah. All right, if he can do it, here, just sign the check.
Give him a shot, I guess. So from that, so has it been 3 or 4 years?
This is my 4th year. I'd say it's my 3rd year due to COVID because we didn't get to play. My 2nd year we lost to COVID. Last year was kind of like a hodgepodge year to where we started late. We only got in so many games, but so yeah, it's really my 4th year.
Well, I've heard good things about the program. You've went in the right direction. The kids are having fun. They're working hard. Your numbers are up.
Yeah.
Just tell me you had close to 40 kids?
Yeah, we got, actually, with the managers, I think we have close to 50. So we got announcers, sound people. We are
good numbers.
That's great.
Yeah.
Hey, Bubs, your ride's here. Hey, Bubs, Mom's here. Mama's here. Say something.
Archie.
Oh, I knew that was happening.
Well, hello, Archie.
Okay, we had a small break there.
And we're back.
And we're back. So as we go into this year, you finished last year. What was the record?
17-10,
which is a good record.
Yeah, it was a good record. There were some games we should have won. There was some teams we beat that was surprising, but for the year, I think it was a great year. 17-10. The kids playing a shortened season. There was a lot of games, and a lot of teams only played like 14, 15 games. So we ended up playing 27. So we ran out of pitching numerous times. Yeah,
that's the tough part, huh?
Yeah, it is.
You need pitching.
We need pitching,
and evidently you got some of that this year. We're going to get in that, talk to some of those guys.
Yeah,
I was about some of them. I was just looking through the schedule, and I thought you had some very interesting non-conference games, like SHG next week.
Yeah.
Now they're always a power.
They'll be a good team. They have pitching. They have depth. Their right fielders going to Oklahoma, so they're going to be tough. They're going to be tough.
And they're over there on that turf.
Yep, they're on the turf.
Are you going over there?
We're going over there. We're the home team, actually, because we played there last year, and we always play there early so we can get the game in. If we were playing at our field, we wouldn't be able to play.
But it's kind of fun to go play on that.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah. So is that tough? I mean, kind of cyber jumping here a little bit. Is that tough to...
It's tough for an infielder because the ball is going to be faster. So you have more time, but, 2 bouncers up the middle are getting through. At our field, those aren't getting through. Yeah.
What about, so would you practice every day on a regular place, a regular field, and it's kind of slowed down and all that stuff, and then you go there,
it's quick.
Yeah.
So it's very similar to taking a ball off a gym floor. We've been going over to the junior high. We've taken some balls off their turf just to get, the footwork.
That ball picks up speed instead of losing.
It does. It doesn't slow down.
Well,
true hops, though. You don't have to worry about kicking up.
You don't have to worry about bad hop.
Yeah. That's nice.
And then you're popping to your alma mater over there. You got to play Williamsville.
We got to play Williamsville. They're solid every year. They got they got a good squad. They got a good group of kids. Last year we played them. There was like 40-mile-an-hour winds. It was crazy, and we ended up getting beat 3-1. They had a really good pitcher. He ended up going to St. Charles Community College. So we'll see how it goes this year.
They have the turf rolling over there? No.
Not yet, I don't think, but I know they're putting in a whole bunch of stuff.
They made a lot of money off that football championship.
They might have. I don't know.
Well, you've got Bloomington on the radar, they've got to be a good baseball school.
They're a great baseball school. Steve Clapp's the coach. He always has good teams every year. I've played them twice now, so over there twice. They're coming here this year, but that'll be a tough game as well.
You got Peoria Notre Dame on there. Don't know about their baseball program, but I'm guessing they're good.
Yeah, Catholic schools, usually you play the Catholic schools, they're getting guys in.
Yes, yeah, that's right.
Yep.
Olympia, they used to have an awesome baseball program.
Unbelievable. Yeah, they're very similar to Williamsville. They'll be solid. Every kid can play. So.
And then I saw you had Chatham on here late. They're usually good.
Yeah, it's a good game to play late, see the good pitching right before regionals. I like to play them in Normal West towards the end of the year. Really good baseball programs.
Is Moomy still there?
No, Erickson. He played a little pro ball for the Yankees. He's the new coach.
All right. Moomy was there forever.
Yeah, he was. He coached when I played. So
I say, didn't Jason Worth said he was going to bring him back a fancy red truck to travel back and forth to practice?
Yeah, he did. He did. Yeah.
A lot of those guys don't follow through.
Yeah, I know.
He showed up and brought a truck. That's pretty neat. Well, now we're going to throw this kind of in your lap, and that's why I said bring a roster, because we always hate to leave kids out. But let's kind of talk about some kids.
Yeah.
I guess start with some seniors, or however you want to do it.
Yeah,
we throw some kids out there.
We can start with some seniors. We have 11 seniors this year, which is a big class. This is the first class that I've had for all 4 years. So it's really nice to see them grow and progress.
What you've done with them.
Yeah, which we've done with them, a lot of them. Yeah. So, we got, Trent Keeler. He's the shortstop pitcher. He's got good velocity on the mound. He usually is going to bat in the 3 or the 4 hole. Jaden Klopp's our first baseman.
He's got some height.
Yeah, but there shouldn't be a lot of balls going over his head.
No. Now the grounders might be difficult. You throw the low ones.
Yeah.
That dude's big.
He is big. He's probably 6'5". I think I got him listed here as 6'5", 6'6", but he's
length.
He's got long arm. He can probably reach up to 8 foot. So he's a great first baseman. He's kind of jumped into that role. He was a third baseman before.
That'll make you a tall first baseman, make you a good third baseman shortstop.
Yeah, it will. Yeah.
Nice thing about transitioning from third base to first base is, you're used to things not being, you're not used to the easy bounces and whatnot, so scooping at first, it almost comes a little more natural. Yeah.
He's a pitcher as well. We got Jake Baker. He's kind of a everything guy. He can play in the outfield. He can play middle in. He can play second. He can play third. Sean Raffa is our catcher. Sean Raffa and Jaden Ledley, who's a junior. They're our varsity catchers. Both are very skilled, good arms, know the game. They talk well with our pitchers. Outfield manned by Dalton Miller in center.
Miller time, yeah. That guy.
He's fast. He can go get it. He bats leadoff. Smart base runner. Just an overall smart player.
His dad was a player.
Yeah, his dad was pretty good.
Yeah.
And he's got a brother actually on the team that's a middle infielder as well. It's a freshman, Brady Miller. Solid player, good athlete. Then you got Hoffert. He plays the outfield as well. Alex Hoffert, good bats middle of the order. Elijah Paulus, this is his first year playing.
Say Elijah came out?
He came out. He's having fun. He's in the outfield. I give him a lot of credit because baseball's hard. It's a skilled sport, and he's loving it.
And he's a skilled athlete.
He's an amazing athlete, and that's that's what we want. We want those guys that can jump in and get moving to where there's not as much teaching when they're seniors.
One of the hardest things you can do is go years from not hitting a baseball and then jump in and try to hit a baseball.
Yeah,
I mean that's crazy difficult to do, man.
It's hard.
We're going to try it on the show one of these times. We're going to come out there.
Yeah.
We'll see who can hit the ball.
Yeah. Then you got Drew Eimer. He's a right fielder.
Oh, yeah. The Eimer family, they were all baseball players.
They're all baseball players, him and his brothers. Sam Gleason and Aiden Nemeth are our 2 senior left-handed pitchers. Good pitchers, both left-handed. Ball moves really well. And then Andrew Grau, who is another guy who can play pretty much anywhere. He can play first, second, short, third, outfield, pitch. Just can't catch
those guys.
Yeah, he was a guy last year. I think he played every single position.
Okay,
that's awesome.
Yeah,
and his dad has one of the no-hitters out there.
He does. Perfect game. Perfect game.
He's a perfect guy.
Yeah. Juniors, Jacob Langley, third baseman. Noah Rashali, he pitches, and Jaron Woods, another left-handed pitcher. And then our sophomore and our freshman class are just loaded with skilled players.
Really?
Yeah. The sophomore and the freshman class are pretty exciting. We got left-handed pitchers and first baseman Brendan Worth, Jared Evers, Colby Glenn's going to see some time this year in the outfield. Tough kid.
He's a wrestler.
He's really tough. Michael Lucas. He's a middle infielder. He's got a good bat. You got Wes Tedrick, and then of course Trey Schilling and Wyatt Momman, who are
lighting it up.
Really good arms. Trey can hit. Just all around good players. Yeah. And Wyatt, of course,
And Wyatt's chucking the ball 90 miles an hour out here.
He is. He's had a very good progression from last year. He was sitting 82, 83. Worked hard in the offseason, got in the weight room. He's around 90. And
had a good summer travel team, too.
Really good summer. Him and Trey play together, so they spend all summer together, and they play high-end competition. So.
And they're, you come from an athletic background with families, and those both of them are good athletes.
Very good athletes. Yeah. And then the freshman class is, as you see, is our biggest class.
It's a huge class.
And we have a lot of good baseball players. Tate Johnson's a third baseman. We have 2 catchers that are very skilled, Griffin Shaw and Dawson McConnell. Ashton Corley's a left-handed outfielder. He's a good player. Peyton Bunner's an outfielder. Drew Hayes, who he can put a charge in a baseball. He's a big.
Can he?
Yeah, he's a big kid.
His dad puts a charge in my taxes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I completely agree with that. I'll be honest, I don't even make eye contact with the guy because the bill starts.
And then you got another Grau, Parker Grau, who's an infielder, and you have another Keeler as well, Trent's little brother Kyle, who's an everything guy. He can pitch, he can play the outfield. And you got some other guys that are 2-3 sports athletes like Blake Horn, Jaden Goley. We got a lot of talent from all through the board.
Now, not to go back to a familiar name like Tate Johnston, but a little bias here, being his uncle. You have him listed as 6 foot.
Yeah, I do.
Was he standing on something? You give him a couple books? What happened?
I think he's grown a little bit. So he's around 6 foot. I think he's a little taller than me. He's built well. So
he's a good kid.
Yeah,
seems like he works hard too.
Yeah, he does.
His
really
uncle's
hard.
built well.
Yeah,
built like a donut. Speaking about donuts, this break brought to you by Mellow Cream.
He's a Mellow Cream sponsor. So the numbers are up. Hey, let's throw you got some other guys doing thing, your announcers and this stuff. Throw those guys around.
I do.
Let's hear about those assistant coaches too.
Oh yes, we have a great staff. Mike Brennan, who's my assistant coach, he's been with me since the start. He's a buddy of mine. Colton Amberg, he's been around for a long time.
Colton's a good boy.
Yeah, he's been great. He's been working a lot with our first basemen, left-handed pitchers. Eric Ewald.
Oh yeah, Eric came back out to coach.
Yep, he came back out. He's excellent with our hitters. JD Eigenbrod, he's going to be our catching coach. That's something
pretty good right there too.
Yeah, and he's really working our catchers, and it's been phenomenal to have people around me that know what's going on. And Coach Featon we got on this year, who's an absolute baseball guy.
Oh yeah, Howie loves
baseball, and he's been phenomenal with the younger kids. He's going to coach our younger kids this year.
He'll do a good job.
Yes, he will.
Yep.
Yes, he will.
He knows baseball.
Yeah, he does. And he loves it.
He can have his dad come out and help too. His dad knows baseball.
Yeah, his dad knows baseball. Yep. And then we got a full list of managers. Connor Shaw, he's kind of our manager. He runs the scoreboard. Tori Schilling and Allison Woolard, they're doing the book during the game, so the game changer. They're in charge of all the technical stuff. Scotty Batten's the announcer.
Oh, really?
The voice of the Railers.
That's good.
Does a really good job. Colt Kittner helps out. Jaden Toft, she's on the sound. Izzy Stewart, she does the game changer for the JV. And then Brooklyn Coleman and Taylor Weinbrenner, they do the media, take pictures and stuff like that.
Boy, how nice is it to have these kids showing up taking care of this?
It's this.
Now, do you make them run?
No. No.
All right, on the line. Yeah, you guys too.
Yeah. No, they do a lot of the work that I just don't have time to do.
Heck yeah.
And it's great to have this many people that actually wanted to be a part of it. There's, kids come to me, hey, I want to be a manager. Okay, what do you want to do?
It's great. Get them all involved.
Get them all involved.
Yeah. You're, as I say, doing the right things. The numbers are up, and you've got some wins going on.
Yeah.
Big freshman class. That's going to help, too, down the road.
Yeah.
Now, you've already played a game, and it was a 10-zip shutout, right?
It was a no-hitter.
It was a no-hitter.
It was a no-hitter, yeah. Wyatt and Trent Keeler pitched, and the velocity was just a little too much for him.
See, I think that'd be fun to jump back in and see how bad we looked trying to hit a baseball.
Now?
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness. It'd be horrible.
Especially 90. What was 70 look like? Could we hit a ball that was 70 maybe?
Probably.
Maybe.
As long as it didn't have movement. Like, if it wasn't shifting from the
we're
inside
just
to the
starting with
outside.
fastballs, nothing fancy.
Oh.
Yeah.
Just change-ups. Nothing but change-ups. We'll be fine.
You still get in there and hit, Coach?
Yeah, I get in there and pitch to them a lot. So live, I'll throw.
You hit any of your batters?
No, not really. I don't think I've hit
Even when
one
you're a
yet.
little aggravated, you don't bring one up high or something?
Nope, try not to.
I still have freshman flashbacks of getting drilled.
Yeah.
Sometimes you had it coming.
Well,
I'm sure.
That one I probably did.
Things were different back then.
Yeah.
Your parents are going to go out and go, well, thanks for hitting him with that ball.
Yeah, he deserved that.
It's kind of not going on anymore. So let's talk about what you do out to high school.
Yeah, so I teach driver's ed, teach the classroom and drive with the kids. It's great. I'm involved with a lot of kids, so I get to see.
Yeah. They all want their driver's license.
I've never had an issue. Everybody wants their license, so.
I see you out here riding around.
Oh yeah.
You always seem to be awake, which is, a lot of the other driver's ed teachers were falling asleep. And stuff.
Yep.
And you're, I can't read it.
Yeah. Listener is checking in, wants to know if Augie would allow J-Mac to announce one game.
That would be pretty fun.
Do you have a bleep button?
Yeah, I don't know if we have that. I might be able to get one, though.
Somebody would have to have that.
We plan on getting out there. We're going to try it this year. Getting out there and giving a game. J-Mac, he might be perfect.
J-Mac would
Perfect.
be...
He's
Perfect.
Perfect.
Huh. Those words and that name has never been
it's an oxymoron.
put together.
Doesn't go together. Now let's give it. There's two things we want to give a little press to. Number one is there's this little restaurant over in Williamsville, right?
Yeah, my parents own a restaurant, it's Bella's in Williamsville. It's a little Italian place.
Love the place.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
It's good.
It's good food. Pizza's really good. We, our end of the year kind of get together. We do it out there, and they supply the food for us. And
it's just a great little environment.
It is. It's kind of the only thing in town that you can, besides across the way, you could go to, the Loves, yeah. but it's quaint. It's nice. It's a good little place.
Yeah, it's a good little place, and baseball oriented.
Baseball
Your
oriented.
dad likes to talk baseball.
He does. He loves baseball. He's a baseball guy. My family, we all grew up playing. My brother played here at Lincoln College and then went to Western to play. So yeah. So tomorrow we have our baseball breakfast. It's from 8 to noon at the American Legion. It's been around way before my time.
This is what Joe and I like to talk about nowadays. We used to talk baseball all the time, but now it's eating.
Now it's okay. It's food.
Can you tell?
Yeah. But yeah, it's 8 to noon. We'll be out there serving pancakes, biscuits and gravy, bacon. Got all types of stuff. We'll have actually Cardinal tickets for sale. We're playing at Busch Stadium again this year, April 24th against Breeze Central.
That's cool.
Yeah, last year.
That's quite an experience, isn't it?
A lot of fun. All the kids get to play. Our younger kids get a pitch. We played Mount Vernon last year. It's an exhibition game. We ended up winning 6-3, but it was just a great experience for these kids
absolutely.
to play. Yeah,
get down there and get on that place.
Yeah,
what a great place.
It's a different type of feel. Everything's
makes
perfect.
you want to be a pro ball player.
It does.
Yeah,
it does. But so yeah, we have to sell so many tickets in order to play. The tickets are $25. All tickets come with a free jumbo hot dog and a soda, and good seats. I think it's sections 267 to 269. So they're in the second level.
How long do you have to get the tickets sold, and where are you with that? Do you know?
We're just starting at the breakfast, but we expect to sell a lot at the breakfast, because we're going to use this day too as our end of the year kind of like get together, because it's over Memorial Day weekend. The tickets are for the May 29th Brewers game.
Gotcha.
It's a Sunday.
And Brewers will be good this year.
Yeah, really good.
So will the Cardinals.
Predicted to win the division, actually.
Yeah.
Will the Cardinals be good?
Yeah, they're supposed to be pretty good.
Let's hope so.
Might need some pitching.
I was going to say, I don't know if the pitch is going to hold up.
I don't know either.
These guys are baseball guys. Got a Philly fan over there.
Phillies, yeah.
You Cardinal fan?
Cardinal fan.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's why we like you.
Yeah.
We have you on more often.
Yeah.
Cub fans, once a year, we let them be on the radio.
Yeah.
We cut them short.
I feel like that's what we're doing to Scotty so far this year.
We should be cutting him short. Well, Coach, I tell you, I want to give a shout out to you. The program's going the right direction.
Thank you.
Thanks for all you're doing out there.
Pancake and sausage tomorrow.
Tomorrow, yeah.
And you're selling the Cardinal tickets
there,
at the
yes.
game, okay? Or at the event.
At the event.
If they just want to get some Cardinal tickets, you want to give out an email or something?
Yeah, you guys can email me at acasson, ACASSON, at lchsrailers.org.
Also, you can check with Ticketmaster.
Good morning, Chief.
J-Mac
runs a Ticketmaster office.
J-Mac is a Ticketmaster office in his own.
We should talk about that.
And he can help people with this.
There you go.
I have a feeling.
I think we can.
We're just wrapping up the first
Okay, well, that's the other phone call. All right, hey, we're going to let you go. We're going to run some commercials, and we got the Illini guys calling in at 9:30.
All right.
Just called. But I want to thank you for being on, Coach. And you're going to have to come back and give us an update. But see, that's kind of in your lap. You're going to play a lot of Saturdays.
Yeah, a lot of Saturday doubleheaders.
So are we going to the field? Can we go to the field during the game? I mean, that's what
We
want.
don't know.
I mean,
We
who wants
might.
to sit inside like this?
But he doesn't have anything going on at 9 a.m., but we could.
Yeah.
But what I was going to tell you was
You don't have warm-ups at 9 a.m.?
Usually we play at 11, so we usually get there 9:30, 9:45.
well, we'd like for a heads up from you. If you know you've got a rain out or you know you're not going to play,
Yeah.
we'd like to have you on a Saturday.
Yeah, we
Whether
can do
you
that.
call or come in.
We can
whatever.
do that, yeah.
All right. Coach Augie's what I call you. Coach Augie
Yep.
with us this morning. We're going to go to some commercial breaks, and we'll be back with the Illini guys.
Your tax refund goes further at Jake's Furnishings in Lincoln, and your home will thank you for it. That's right, Jake's Furnishings in Lincoln will outfit every room in your home while saving you money with top quality furniture from Ashley and the full line of Bemco mattresses. Everything's on sale, including sofas, recliners, plush sectionals, complete dining room sets, and bedroom outfits, perfect for every budget. This year, use your tax refund on something that will provide your family beauty and comfort. Gorgeous new furniture and Bemco bedding from Jake's Furnishings in Lincoln. For more details, stop by the Jake's Furnishings showroom, located at 1100 Woodlawn Road in Lincoln. Check out their all-new website at jakesfurnishings.com, phone 735-1212, and become a fan on Facebook. Jake's Furnishings, make it your own.
This is attorney Jim Grimaldi. Have you been arrested for DUI? A DUI is a serious offense with potentially severe consequences, which may include jail time, high fines, lengthy periods of probation, even suspension or revocation of your driver's license. The laws regarding DUI are very complex and continually changing every day. You need an attorney with knowledge and experience in handling DUI cases, whether or not this is your first offense. I have vast experience in the area of DUI law. As a former chief DUI prosecutor for Sangamon County, I prosecuted thousands of DUIs and was exposed to every possible defense strategy. Call me and let me put my experience to work for you.
Call Grimaldi Law Office now at 217-651-8089. That's 217-651-8089, or visit GrimaldiLawOffice.com.
Come join the Growl family. It's Growl right now. Come join the Growl family. It's Growl right now.
Hello, Lincoln and Logan County. This is Chris Grau, Grau Chevrolet Buick. If you're in the market for a new used car or truck and don't see what you're looking for, please give us a call. We'll gladly let you know what we have coming in, and we'll search for the perfect vehicle for you. Incentives and rebates are changing all the time, and now is a great time to purchase a new or used car or truck. Call us at Grau Chevrolet Buick at 217-735-4444. Visit us on the internet at www.grauinc.com, or stop by and see us the old-fashioned way at 1905 North Kickapoo Street in Lincoln.
Join the Grau family. It's Grau right now.
Is your electric bill getting you stressed? The LIHEAP program at Capsule provides bill payment assistance and energy crisis assistance for eligible low-income households. Call us at 217-732-2159 for more information or to schedule an appointment. Online booking is now available at capsule.info. Eligibility requirements do apply, and funding is provided by the Illinois Department of Commerce and Economic Opportunity.
Spring is in the air, and there's no better time than now to get into Four Corners Lube in Lincoln and experience the full line of Husqvarna and Grasshopper lawn machines, products, and accessories. While you're at Four Corners Lube, check out the zero-turn mowers along with battery tools, trimmers, and much more for all of your landscaping needs. With special pricing and incentives happening now, you don't want to wait. Four Corners Lube is also your home for the professional in and out oil change every Monday through Saturday, where you don't need an appointment. For more information about the great deals on everything Husqvarna and the Grasshopper, stop by Four Corners Lube at 1101 Woodlawn Road in Lincoln and phone 735-2761.
Joe Ryan here again. Are you flirting with time on your life insurance needs? Do you really think that you will be in better health a few years from now than you are today? Life insurance rates increase with age. Call me at 217-735-4385 and let's lock in those rates before time catches up with you.
Now hiring. Due to increased census, St. Clair's Rehab and Senior Care in Lincoln is adding staff. Now hiring LPNs, RNs, and CNAs. 8-hour and 12-hour shifts plus weekend package are available. If you're looking for an exciting career opportunity where you'll have a chance to make a difference in the lives of others, then this is the perfect fit for you. Apply online at heritageofcare.com/employment.
Hi, this is Mike Kegley of the Illini Guys Sports Spectacular, and you're listening to Chief Seats with Jake, Joe, Lloyd, Jim, and Shabadoo on 96.3 WLC.
Welcome back, sports fans. Joe Ryan, Furniture Jake Johnston, Lloyd Kirby, Jim Ash. We're here live from Country Financial. We're open until about 10 today over here at Country Financial. We're going to shut her down at 10. The bullpen. Great interview from Augie, getting that baseball program going. And now we're going to switch gears and jump right over and talk to one of the Illini guys, Mike Cagley. Mike, you out there?
Yes, sir. How are you today?
Well, we are living large. I'm going to tell you, right around our belt lines. We're eating donuts, drinking coffee.
I'm joining you.
Yeah, a couple of us are overweight back here. We don't know about you, but a couple of us here are.
You know, Mike, everybody's wondering, how do you feel about the NFL trades and everything going on? I mean, that's what we're worrying about here in Illinois.
Trust me. Down here in Dallas, their people are going nuts over the Cowboys and their lack of ability to sign contracts. So.
I love it. You know, the Cardinals and the Cowboys used to be in that same division years back, and I developed a hate for the Cowboys, and I kind of lost some of it. I think it's came back. You know, the Cowboys, they're problems. They have problems.
Oh, I tell you what, you know, they used to be, I'm a Cowboy fan because growing up in Mahomet in the, early 70s, the Bears were Peyton and post Butkus, so they were horrible. And the Cowboys used to be an object of hate. Now people just feel sorry for me that I like the team. That's just,
yeah, they did. You're right.
Pain.
They became irrelevant, and so you just lost your hate for them, and they thought they were America's team, and now it's the Cardinals, I guess. That's what I'm told. Is that right?
Yeah. I don't know if
the Arizona Cardinals is America's team.
Don't get me started on the Packers.
Yeah, they let one go. I thought, was it Devontae Adams they let go this weekend?
Yeah,
right?
but I love how they put a spin on it that Aaron Rodgers knew about it and he's totally behind it. You got to be wondering what old Aaron's thinking right now.
They got Aaron to agree before they let him go. I think they played a little joke on him.
Smart.
Yeah, exactly.
Hold us hostage, no problem.
50 million. Keep thinking 50 million, baby.
Wow, 50 million. Is anybody worth $50 million?
Yes.
I tell you what, if you want to pay it to me, I'll do my best to earn it.
Well, I don't know how you possibly could.
I agree with you. You know, it's hard to see how any human is worth it, you know, and that goes out to a pro athlete or Jeff Bezos, you know.
Yeah.
Either way.
Yeah, well, he's earning his, in that stock market.
Yeah, I guess.
Well, I tell you, it's something else. The money that those guys are making is it's much like we hear the Illini guys are paid pretty similar to that.
Very solid.
Yeah, all our money goes to Brad. You know, we put it in a massive truck, and we just deliver trucks of cash to him on a weekly basis. You know,
509 Pulaski Street. You got a truck of cash you want to drop off. Let's dip into the Fighting Illini. What an exciting game we had yesterday.
Oh. Yeah, I would prefer them not to go down to the end like that, but you know, I guess basically this is one of those rare moments when 25 seconds is forever.
Oh, gosh.
You know, you only lead it for 25 seconds, but I will tell you, you know, we hear a lot, and Coach Underwood is very consistent on the fact that defense and rebounding travels. Mm-hmm. And last night, when you hold a team to 27% shooting in the second half and 20 points, and they scored 7 points in the first 2 minutes and 11 seconds of the half. So the remaining 17 and change, they scored 13 points the rest of the way. And that defense saved the Illini from yet another
done.
Yeah, and well, they haven't had that for a while, thankfully. But you know, the shooting is just mysterious because here we've got a team that, you know, they've had nights where guys, you know, individually make 8 3-pointers, and as a team, you know, 3 for 17 is not good.
No, you don't. And then you say you want to get that bad game out of your way. Well, there it is.
Well, and that has happened, you know. I mean, you see teams do that where they have the bad first game and then they make a run. If this team shoots well, they can play with any team in the country. Witness losing to Arizona. Basically, you know, they were down by 2 points with 40 seconds left, and Andre Curbelo didn't play. So if they're shooting well, they can do that. But boy, they have not shot well since probably the Michigan game was the last game that they had 2 solid halves of offense back to back, and it would be nice to see that happen because as a coach, and you guys know from playing and et cetera, but as a coach, you can draw up a play and it can work perfectly, but if the shot just doesn't go in, think about Plummer's 3-pointer that literally went down like, I don't know, 8 inches and popped out.
Yeah.
You know, and so they've got to shoot better. But I really thought that Coleman Hawkins, with some very timely rebounds, some hustle plays, you know, and that block at the end was amazing.
Yeah, I thought the Illinois, if they hit those shots, it's a blowout. If they don't, then, we're in a dogfight like it was last night. And when you look at Illinois on paper, and maybe it's because, we're fans and we watch them more so than any other team, but I just think they match up well with everyone. I mean, they can.
Well, if
they can win.
Yeah, like you're saying, if they're hitting shots, last night you go back to it right after the half. I think they were down 2 with a chance to take the lead. And I think they had back-to-back possessions where it was just an absolute train wreck.
Yeah.
And that goes to show, youth and inexperience, and then how you get them motivated moving forward from that point during the game. It says a lot to Underwood and what he did.
Sure.
And they have to, unfortunately, they're in the mode of too many empty possessions. You hate to see, a game where you're not, you go down, you play good defense, and then you have a turnover. You hate to waste those opportunities. And you saw yesterday with Iowa, they toyed with that team, for too long, and then next thing you know, you're looking up at the scoreboard and you're like, holy cow, we're down by 4 points to a team that we could have blown out early, but we never did.
Yeah. Kentucky the same way. Gosh.
Yeah, that was, and I have to admit, is that Thursday was just such a wonderful day when you have Indiana getting beat by the worst they've ever been beat in the NCAAs. You have Iowa lose, Kentucky loses. The only bleak spot on Thursday was the fact that Michigan somehow ended up winning. Other than that, it was just like the perfect basketball day.
What do you think of Michigan? They're a pretty good basketball team, really.
They are a very young team with a lot of physical talent.
Yeah.
And I tell you what, they're going to blow up for about 3 good games a year, and they've played 2 good ones this season already. I figure they have 1 more really good one left. And now what I don't want to see is next year's team, because these guys are going to get in the weight room. They're going to practice. They're going to they're going to hone their skills. And depending on, I guess, how many of them go pro, you keep seeing Houston listed in the first round, and Diabate, who I think he's the guy I'm highest on. He's bottom of the first round, but Juwan Howard's got another good class coming in. I'm just not certain that a bunch of freshmen is how you win anymore, particularly with the transfer portal.
Yeah, and staying with the Michigan team they're matching up today, I believe, against Tennessee. I think that's a winnable game there for Michigan again.
It is winnable, although some people would argue Tennessee should have been the last 2 seed instead of Duke. So I mean, if you can beat this Tennessee team, you earn your stripes. The team that I think got a easier path is Wisconsin. I just look at that draw. The Colgate team was just like, hey, we're going to put you with a slower version of yourself.
Yeah.
I mean, that would have been like if the Illini would have been told, hey, we're going to play a team just like you, but they got a 6'8" center and a bunch of 5'10" guards. You'd be like, oh, this is perfect.
Free toothpaste for everyone.
Yeah,
exactly. But it was an interesting game yesterday. Plummer, getting hot in the second half was big, and I really thought it was interesting. His 2 free throws. The first one, he didn't look as confident as that thing went through the net. But the second free throw, I don't know if you watched him, but as soon as that ball released his hand, he took a step backwards. He knew that thing was in, and then Coleman Hawkins. After Williams got picked, Coleman Hawkins went up and basically, instead of getting stuck in that in-between zone, do I go out and guard the guy? Do I stand back and wait for a charge? He went out aggressive, and Malachi Smith, who's a averages 19-20 a game, shot 4 for 20, and he said in the post game, the length of Illinois, particularly Coleman Hawkins, gave him problems, and shot block, and a lot of people didn't even notice it, but when Malachi got the rebound and threw it back up, it was Coleman Hawkins who got that, who got the final defensive rebound that made sure Illinois won the game.
It did make a nice move to win the game at the end, and I thought, these tournaments, they so many times it comes down to free throws, and Chattanooga couldn't drop one.
Yeah, and you're correct, because they were 7 for 14 last night, and when you look at a game that's that close, and Illinois was 13 for 22, so neither of them really could write home about being great at the free throw line. But when you look at what they had Chattanooga had a lot of ways they could have won the game, and in fairness, so did the Illini. I'm 54. So I grew up watching Illinois find weird ways to lose games in the NCAA. Like, you guys remember Pace Mannion in Utah? I was a junior in high school, and I followed all the teams, and I'm like, we're going to lose to Pace Mannion. And so to me, somehow this team's determination coupled with the staff, they managed to get through this game even though they weren't shooting well. There were a lot of things going wrong, and somehow they played the defense and found a way to get out of there. I think if this was 1983, Illinois would have lost this by a couple points, and we'd have a much different conversation today.
Well, technically they got a nice little break before half because that was goaltending.
Yeah, they did, but I think there was another goaltend that I didn't think was a goaltend, because Kofi got called for 2 of them, and I thought that one was clearly on the way up. So, I don't know.
Out.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I don't know how you referee Kofi, and I totally understand why he gets frustrated.
Oh yeah.
Even the halftime package, when they showed the highlights of Kofi, he was leading the team in scoring at the half, and all they did is they showed like 3 plays where he had guys hanging all over him, where he had a turnover or a missed shot, and they would say, well, Kofi's having a tough time today. Wouldn't acknowledge that, hey, you got 3 guys hanging on your body, and there's this weird. I don't know what it is about Kofi, but certainly the refs haven't figured out how to handle a guy who looks like, basically Baby Shaq. And I can understand why he might want to, go to the next level. But I hope he sticks around next year, because I think he can do some wonderful things for the Illini and still work on that outside jumper and a few things that he needs to develop to have a long career in the NBA.
And he can make a little bit of money, at Illinois. Can't he?
I would guess that even Io might be looking at Kofi going, well, dang, he's doing well.
Yeah, absolutely.
And he's got a big truck, and I'm hoping he knows how to drive it well.
Well, he'd have to have a big truck. He's not getting anything else.
Yeah, but whatever he's driving is going to have to be big. I saw some recruiting thing, and they said somebody went into the transfer portal, and he's huge. He's 7 foot and 250 pounds, and I thought to myself, I would have thought this guy was huge too, but now I'm used to Kofi. 7 foot, 250. Yeah, he's a lightweight.
Yeah, gosh, is that a big boy? Well, let's talk a little bit. So we got out of that one. Let's talk a little bit about this next game. What do you know about it, the matchup?
I tell you what, Houston scares me because defensively they are. Kelvin Sampson's a coach. He was the guy who got out of the bracket that everybody thought Illinois was going to do last year.
Yep.
And he coaches defense first, second, and third. And I again, it's hard for me to argue that because Underwood does the same thing. But you're going to have to score well, and you're going to have to hold these guys down. Now the beauty is that this team they do have a little bit of length at guard, and that's the one thing that scares me with this Illini team is when you sit back and look at it. DeMonte Williams is listed at 6'3". He's not 6'3". You have so you've basically got DeMonte probably 6'2". You've got Frazier and Curbelo and Plummer all around 6 foot 6'1". So if you can put some larger guards on them, they have to go over the top, and it's not easy to score when you're trying to shoot over a guy 2-3 inches taller than you. And Houston has got some size at guard, and so I would really like to see a couple of sets early in the game, and let's see if we can get Trent an open look, get Plummer an open look, and see if we can build the confidence. And even if it means making a set look like you're trying to get that 3-pointer and backdoor them for a layup. Let's get this started where guys get some confidence early instead of starting off 0 for 2 and now they start pressing because they don't want to have another bad night shooting.
Yeah, that's key. Everybody knows that, but you got to shoot well. You got to shoot well to open that up for Kofi. Got to get those guys out of the paint.
And if they do that, Illinois can be devastating, and so I'm very hopeful, that we'll get everything going, with it. But this is going to be a tough game because if you have one of those spurts where you go down, 20-6 or something like that, this team plays defense like the Illini do, and you're not going to have any easy shots when you're trying to make it back. Now, the only good thing is this Houston team has been susceptible, just like the Illini, to they're susceptible to going into their own little funks shooting, and they have some droughts occasionally as well. So I expect this to be very reminiscent of a Big Ten game, where it's going to be, two teams slugging it out, and I very well think we could go down and have another game if we shoot better. I think we can have a game that's going to go down to the end. It's going to be exciting. It's going to be a little bit of a nail biter, and but if we aren't shooting well, and the team, if the team isn't shooting well, or they go into 8 minutes without scoring type of component, that's very dangerous against Houston because they're going to keep going.
So have you been, have you sat around and watched all the games, came in and out of everything going on Thursday, Friday, Saturday?
Yeah.
So who have you seen you think's the most impressive team? Because boy, did Arizona look impressive.
Well, Arizona's my number one. Yeah. I got to be honest with you. When I look at Drew Timme and Gonzaga, Drew Timme looks like Will Ferrell in Semi-Pro. He looks like that guy who's during the timeout grabs a cigarette and a beer. I don't buy into him at all. Now I will say Chet is a freak at 7 foot tall, and I think each of his arms are 7 foot tall. But I don't know that if that Arizona team, if they're playing well, they're the toughest team out there, and to me, they're the scariest team that I've seen. So if I think you and I agree 100% on that.
They have it all.
Yes.
Well, I was going to say, Timmy, you don't want to buy into him, but his opponents sure do. I mean, what's he averaging, like 18 points or something like that? I mean, he's having a year.
Know, but I know, and I'm showing my Big Ten bias here, but I'm like,
it's hard to root for Gonzaga or even remotely give them any credit because having the Big Ten bias versus Pac-12.
Yeah, well, out there, and I look, Gonzaga has nothing they can do because all the TV contracts are driven by football. So no conference is going to bring in Gonzaga without a stadium that seats 70,000 people and a football program. So they're stuck out there. And I'm not blaming them for that, but I do think that, playing 4 or 5 good teams at neutral sites in November and December, and then taking 2.5 months off, except when you play St. Mary's, and then going into the tournament. I think it would be hard to win, and while I think that Memphis could give them some serious trouble today. So we can all laugh about this, if I turn out to be wrong. But if there's an upset to watch for, that's the one that I've got my eye on, because Memphis is a team like Michigan. They're very young. They have a boatload of talent. I'm not certain if their head coach is that good of a head coach. But if those youngsters start off well against Gonzaga and they get their confidence, I think it could be a very, very challenging game for Gonzaga today. So again, now that I've said it, you can probably go to the bank, bet on Gonzaga, and make $1 million. But I really think Memphis they're the ones that I picked actually to upset Gonzaga.
Ooh, I think it'd be fun to have happen. Let's get Gonzaga
It would be great, wouldn't it?
Let's get them out.
Yeah, no, I completely agree.
Well, I think it would be interesting to see at the end of the tournament if we should go look. I guess it'd be easy enough to go see the Final Four, what their free throw percentage is for the tournament and for the year. Because it just seems like when you get in those games, it might be a 6 and 8 point game, but all of a sudden it's a 12 or a 14 point game because you hit your free throws.
Yeah, it depends on how good defensively are,
And if you guys want to read a series of interesting articles, if you go to IlliniGuys.com, you can find one on Larry's white jersey theory. And what he talks about is when you get later on in the tournament, particularly after the Sweet 16, the free throws become even more important because the team with the white jersey, the team that's favored, ends up getting more calls than the team in the darker jersey. And if they convert their free throws, they are very hard to deal with. And he's got several examples because when he worked with CNN, he covered, I believe, 12 Final Fours. So he talks about how the referees provide, they kind of open the door for some of the more favored teams to win, and then with the free throws determines whether those favored teams kick the door down or they end up going down to the last minute.
Or they let somebody hang around, and if you let somebody hang around and get confidence, they can beat you.
Team on Sunday, I was looking at was Texas versus Purdue, 6 versus 3, and Purdue going up against Texas, that size and whatnot, Texas could be a tough battle for them staying in the Big Ten there.
Yeah, and Chris Beard his team's played defense, come hell or high water. And Purdue is a little bit of a soft team this year. I expect Purdue, I think this is their most dangerous game, and then I expect them to eke by, and then I think they're going to go to the Final Four, which is very painful for me to admit. It's horrible to admit, but I really think Edie, Ivy, and Trevion Williams, can cause a lot of damage. And then the biggest issue is, if Sasha is shooting threes, if one of those peripheral players hits, they are really tough. And then if the peripheral players aren't hitting, then that's when Purdue becomes beatable.
Yep. Well, let's hope Illinois can roll out there. Let's get to that Sweet 16 first.
Yes, exactly.
Let's take care of Houston. Got to take care of Houston.
Yep. Get to the Sweet 16, then you get a full week of coverage across the country, and people have to remember that high school basketball recruits typically watch the NBA until the NCAA tournament, and the deeper runs mean a lot on the recruiting trail.
Yep. Fun to go to those teams that win. Right? Yep. That's why you're with us, because we're a winning team. Is that right, Mike?
Hey, you know what? I watched the last one at YouTube when I think you guys were at the oil change place. Looked like a winning. It looked like a winning team to me.
I'll tell you what, it doesn't get much better than that.
I mean, you talk about a bunch of sexy men in one place. How could anybody describe it any other way?
I don't. They blocked out the the parking lots because everyone will try to pull through and get pictures with us and stuff.
Isn't that's the same burden I have, guys? I know where you're coming from.
Jim puts us on the corner for a reason.
Yeah. People drive by and they throw me money, and I think they want to see more just for me to go inside.
Some people think it's a blessing, but it's a curse.
It is a curse.
Well, Mike,
I have the same curse.
Mike Cagley joining us from the Illini Guys this morning, and Mike, thanks for the phone call and and your knowledge. And we let's hope Illinois gets that Sweet 16, and we're going to talk to you next Saturday, maybe. Tell us
that
what's
would be
going on.
Spectacular. I'm all for it.
All right. Thanks for calling in.
Have a good one.
Yep,
Bye-bye.
you too. Mike Cagley joining us from the Illini guys. It's very interesting cats. They know what's going on.
We had a lot of knowledge dropped on us today.
Yes, we have. Too much. You're in overload, aren't you?
I'm on overload. It's like I ate 3 or 4 donuts.
You got a little sugar buzz going on, and now it's
time for a nap.
You need to grab a Red Bull, my man. You got to work today.
I got to work.
Push some furniture.
Some sales going on.
So you're want to thank Coach Augie for coming in and talking to us about regular baseball.
Yeah.
Mike Cagley joined us from the Illini guys. For our Joe Ryan alongside the furniture Jake. Lloyd over there running the camera, and Jim Ash. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next Saturday.
Good day.
The Cheap Seats Live Saturday morning sports show on WLCN 96.3 and WLCNonline.com is brought to you by Jake's Furnishings, 1100 Woodlawn Road in Lincoln. Furnish your home for less at Jake's. The Grimaldi Law Office, Logan County's only law firm dedicated exclusively to the practice of criminal law. Phone 651-8089. The Christian Village, 1507 7th Street in Lincoln, a community of compassion. Phone 732-2189. Eaton Corporation, America's choice for top quality, high-performance electrical equipment for over 50 years. Lincoln College, providing students the best educational experience since 1865. Go online to lincolncollege.edu for more details. St. Claris Manor, their team's dedication is what makes them special. Phone 735-1507. Community Action Partnership of Central Illinois. We're here to help. In Lincoln, call 732-2159. Schneider Chiropractic, 523 North Elm in Lincoln. For the best in chiropractic care and maintenance, call Dr.